Welcome to Core Java. Today we have started collections. Okay, these are the topics we have to cover during our collection. So let's start. What is collections? Okay, now. So before why we required collection, we need to understand there is some limitation. There is some limitations of objects type like arrays. If when we are using arrays, right? When we are having arrays, so there are disadvantages of array. There are disadvantages of array. Disadvantage of arrays are there. That's the reason correction come into picture. What are the disadvantage of arrays? Arrays are fixed in size. Arrays are fixed in size. Their size are fixed. Their size are fixed. Array size are fixed. Arrays are fixed in size. This is one point. ठीक है? For example, if we create an array, sometimes data may increase or decrease, right? Right? If data increase or decrease, if data increase or decrease, there may be chance to increase or decrease the size of array at runtime. At runtime. Okay? So, which is not possible. Okay, which is not possible. Increase and decreasing of size of array is not possible. Okay, now. For example, I want to create one array. Array holds homogeneous data. Arrays hold homogeneous data. Array holds homogeneous data. What is mean by homogeneous data? Observe here. Bullshit W, close this, practice, SRC. Let me create one program here. What I am trying to explain you. Let me delete this. Let me delete this also. So this is simple. This is our simple test class, and this is one main method. Now try to observe, guys, what I'm trying to explain. Homogeneous means what? Homogeneous means what? Let's say this is a student class. This is a student class, right? This is a student class. This is a student class. This is one student class. So student is of one class, means it is of type, right? So when I'm creating one students array, student array S equal to new student array. Students array equal to new students array. Control Shift O. Students, spelling mistake. Don't get stuck. Students array equal to new students of array. Sorry. Student array S equal to new students array. What is the issue? Spelling students. Okay. I did not mention the size. Now I mention the size. I created one array. So tomorrow there may be more than 10 student object. So it is not going to hold that 11th object. That is one thing. Right? Now try to observe what is meant by homogeneous, what is meant by heterogeneous. For example, I am trying to add one object at zero index. How I can add? By using new student object. Now some students data I am trying to add. Now as new students, okay. Forget about this. What is this error? For example, I want to add something data like this as of array of 0 is equal to new student. Okay. Now, similarly, if I want to add some data as at first position, at first position, at first position. Try to observe, guys. At first position, I am trying to add customer. Just think, customer is one class is there, and I am trying to add like this. So this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. What is the array type? What is the type of variable S? What is its type? Students. Student array can hold only student class, not customer. That is what a homogeneous. Homogeneous, you understand from biology. Homogeneous means same. Heterogeneous means different. That is what I am trying to explain you here. Array hold homogeneous data. If it is a student array, it will hold student object. It will customer array, it will hold customer object. You cannot add student object into customer. That is one disadvantage. Array hold homogeneous data. Hope this you are understanding. What we are in collections, guys? We are in collection. Why collection is coming to the picture? They will ask you what is collection, why we require collection. You have to explain this point. Okay? But we cannot hold homogeneous data. So how we can resolve this problem? Who is this student? Who is this customer? Who is the boss? Who is the parent? Object, right? If this is not possible case, this case is not possible. Student array cannot hold customer. So there is one approach is there, but that is also have some, that approach is also having some disadvantage. For example, object, instead of particular class, we can have one object array. Object array can hold any object, right? Object array. Object array. This line can take care of any object type. Let me copy this. Let me copy this and paste here. I have to specify the sign. Let's say 12. Okay. Now copy this. Copy this. Now this will be your valid statement. Now this will be your valid statement. What will be your valid statement? Instead of this, I can keep obj. I can keep obj. Obj can hold student. Obj can hold student. Obj array can hold this. This is valid statement. There is no problem with this statement. So how we can resolve this problem? Homogeneous problem by using object array. That is perfectly fine. Okay. Now array is not implemented. Arrays is not arrays. What happened here? Arrays is not implemented using any data structure. Arrays is not implemented using data structure. So there is no ready-made support is available. Arrays are not implemented using data structure. So ready-made implementations are not available. What is mean by ready-made implementation? We'll see. So these are the disadvantage of arrays, guys. That is why collections are introduced to overcome the above problems. Collections came into picture. So what is the advantage? Whatever the disadvantage, that will be taken care of by collection. We can say this is taken care. These are means collection are not in fixed size. That is advantage. If data increase or decrease, arrays can collections can increase or decrease. Collection can hold homogeneous data. Arrays heterogeneous data also. Okay, arrays are implemented using data structures, so ready-made method are available. Opposite of this disadvantage will be advantage of what? Collection. Understood? Whatever the disadvantage, this is taken care in collection. So we can call all these points in a positive way, in a reverse way, are the advantage of collection. Hope you are good. Now guys, one by one we will see what is collection. Collection and what is array? Array is indexed collection, fixed number of size, right? Okay. Now, collections is a class. What is collection? Collection is a class. Collection is an interface. Sorry. Collection is an interface. What is this? I means interface. Okay. Collection is an interface. Okay. Now what is the purpose? Try to observe, guys, in your data types, in your wrapper class, what we understand: integer, Boolean, some data. We are playing with the type of data: integer, Boolean, float, double kind of data is there. With those data type, we can create some variable, we can hold the data. But the data will be some large data. How we can work with those kind of data? How we can hold the data? Some data, Amit equal, Amit, let's say key value. Let's say Amit is key and it's equals to some value. Amit Kumar, some key value, some kind of data, right? This is your Amit is your key and Kumar is your value. In this format, how we can use? So this kind of advantage are there. Try to observe now. If you want to group individual object as a single unit, then we should use collection. We should use collection. We will see programmatically everything, guys. Okay, we will see everything will be programmatically. Arrays can hold homogeneous only, not heterogeneous. Okay. If you want to group individual object as single unit, then we should go for collection. So collection is a root interface. Collection framework is an root interface. Okay. Now we will see one by one. Okay. Now there is a difference between collection and collections. There is a difference between collection versus collections. So when I am adding S, remember this represent class. And when I am using without S, this represent interface. Remember this one point, valid point. Remember this. There is a collection and there is a collections. So what is this collection? Collection is an interface. Okay? Is an interface. What is collections then? What is collections? With S? Collection with S. So collection is a class. Collections is an class. Collection is a class. Okay? Available in java.util package. Okay? To provide. utility methods, which can be reused. Utility method for collection object. Important, right? Just one second. Collections. Okay, till now you are good, right? Now we will see one by one. So if we see this diagram, collection, copy this, come here and paste here. So collection hold list. List is an interface. I have one concept. I will explain that concept later on. List is an interface. Array list, linked list, vector, stack are implementation classes. Okay. So we will discuss under list. We need to understand the classes, different type of classes. So collection interface is introduced in which version? 1.2 version. 1.2 version. Okay. Similarly, list is introduced in which version? 1.2 version. 1.2 version. From the beginning. Everything array list, which version? 1.2 version. Linked list, which version? 1.2 version. But this vector and stack is introduced in which version? 1.0 version. 1.0 version. These are legacy class. Stack also 1.0 version. These are legacy class. These are vector and stack are legacy class. Vector and stack is legacy class. Okay. So array list, linked list, vector, stack, all are classes. Okay. All are classes. Okay. Now this is the hierarchy, we can say. Okay. Vector plus stack. Vector is one class, plus stack is one class, but these are nothing but legacy. These are legacy one. Legacy classes. Legacy means something older version, right? That's why it is. But who is the parent? Collection. Who is the child? List. Implementation classes, array list, linked list, vector, stack. Hope you understand, right? So list is what? Now try to observe. What is list? List. It is child. It is child interface. It is child interface of collection. It is child interface of collection. It is child interface of collection. Okay. What is list? It is a child interface of collection. It is child interface of collection. Okay. It is child interface of collections. Now, okay. When to use list? They will ask you in an interview, right? There are certain requirements will come in your development. Then that time you have to decide when there are so many collections now. On what basis you have to use array list, linked list? Why you go for list? Why you go for set? Why you go for queue? Why you go for map? There are some requirements. Based on those requirements, we need to choose these options. Right? So now list, when to go for list? In one requirement, duplicates are allowed. What is allowed? Duplicate data are allowed. And insertion order is preserved. We will see this everything practically. When there is a requirement, nobody explain you this thing. You have to apply your common sense where duplicates are required. For example, you are creating one Aadhaar card. Aadhaar card number are not duplicate. That is something common sense, right? But states may be duplicate, name may be duplicate. Maybe you have to think in that way. You have to relate your concept definitions with your requirement, and based on that, you have to decide. Okay. No. ठीक है. Now, so it is child interface. We need to understand list is what? Child interface of collection. So list interface have some methods. We need to understand those methods. Okay. What are the methods? Now we will note down the method in under methods. What are the methods? Add method. I told you array don't have already existing methods, but interface have. They will ask you this kind of methods. To focus, guys. Index object. It will take two parameter. One is add. This method will take add. It will return nothing. It will add nothing. Then we have Boolean. Return type Boolean. Add all. Add all is there. It will take int, which is nothing but index position. We will see practically, then you will be able to understand. It will take collection class is another method. Then we have get method. These are important method. Index, int of index. These are the method. Okay. This will return some object. It will return some object. This method get will return some object. If you want to, we will see everything practically, then you will able to relate. Then int of index. This is int of index. This method is available. So what it is going to return? Object. It is going to return object. Semicolon is required. These are available in list interface. That's why these are abstract method. Implementation is available in child. Okay. Then we have set. Set method is there, which is going to take int of index position, comma. We will pass object obj, some object. What it will return? Object will return. What it is going to do? It is going to replace. The set method is going to replace for some object. Let's say you are adding 10 object. Student 1 object, student 2 object, student 3 object. And they are belonging to some index. Is 0 position, 1 position. Whatever index you will pass here, that will be replaced. We will see this programmatically. No need to worry. Just try to observe what are the method available. Then we will do some practical. Okay. Now index of method is there. This method will take object. This method will take object. It will return 1 or 0. Return index. Okay. Some number. What is the return type? Int. Semicolon. Then we have last index. Last index method is there, which also take object, which will also take object obj. It will also return what? Int. Then we have list iterator. List iterator. It is just returning some list. It is just returning some list. Try to observe now. Save this. These are the method available, but implementation is available where? List is interface. So implementation will be available in class. So we have first class array list. Array list. Array list. We have array list. What is array list? So first of all, the array list is child implementation class of list interface. Child implementation. ठीक है? Now the data structure for array list is resizable means it can increase or it can decrease. It can increase or it can decrease. It can increase and it can decrease. Duplicates objects are allowed. Duplicates objects are allowed. Insert whatever the concept of list is there. Duplicates are allowed. Insertion order is preserved. This is the one of the features. So it means this is applicable to array list also, right? Duplicates are allowed. Let me copy this. Duplicates are allowed for when we are saying duplicates are out and something insertion order is preserved for list. It means this point is valid for this also, na array list. Null insertion is possible. Null insertion is possible. Null insertion is possible. Null insertion is possible. Heterogeneous objects are allowed. Heterogeneous objects are allowed. Heterogeneous objects are allowed. ठीक है? Allowed. So when I am saying heterogeneous object are allowed, see this hierarchy, guys, collection hierarchy. Where is tree set in our diagram? In this, where are you seeing any tree set and tree map? Yes. Under set, we have tree set. Are you getting? And map, tree map is also there. So let me add here tree map. So wherever you are saying tree related collection, tree set, tree map, heterogeneous is not allowed in these two cases. Except everywhere you can allow heterogeneous, but not allowed in tree set and tree map. Are you getting? Whenever I am explaining this point, heterogeneous is allowed. So in collection, everywhere it is allowed. Everywhere in every classes implementation allowed, except tree set and tree map. Okay. Now we understand some information about array list. How to create an object? How to create an object? When we think about object, the first thing come in our mind is constructor. So what is the constructor in array list? Array list. AL equal to what? New array list. Default constructor. This is our default constructor. Right? Now, when we create this array list object by using this default constructor, so by default, what is the capacity? By default, the capacity of the object, array list object, sorry guys. By default, the capacity of array list object is 10. This will increase as we say the collections are can be increase or decrease. It means we need to understand by what formula this capacity will increase. We will understand this one by one. Let me tell you one more constructor is there. where we can define some capacity. So let me give some int initial capacity. If I will provide this number inside this, for that some capacity means some how much object it can hold, that will be defined. First constructor default one, some with int capacity, and the third one is what we can add collection. We can add collection into array list. Now let's have a program. Let's have a program. Save this. Save this. Array program. This is what? Array list program. Array list program. Array list program. Let's have a main method. Always main method required, right? To run the program. Now try to observe. Can I create array list? Copy from here. Can I copy here? Copy this. Paste here array list. Yeah, it will ask the import. I import the import array list java.util package, right? This is available java.util. As I mentioned, collections is available in java.util package. Now, what is we created? Well, we created one class array list. So now I want to add some data. I want to add some data. Let's validate data. What is the methods? Add method. Can I add some data into array list? How I can add air.add. What I want to add, I can add anything. I can add anything that is called homogeneous. That is called heterogeneous, right? I can add Amit as a string, right? I can add copy this. I can add number also, right? See any data type. Perfectly fine. Air dot add. I can add student object. New students object. Student is one class, right? Next to test class. You can see. So you can see any type of data. Any type of data I can add. Where is the error? Error. Is the error? Okay, no problem. It's fine. Hmm. One third is. Error. One second. Here dot. So this mini method is there. Let me create some object. Students is equal to new students. Let me add a s go shift F. Not sure. One second. Okay. So this is something generic. But why? Okay, no problem. We will see that what is the issue, no problem. But that is correct statement what I am using. Let me print this first. System.out.println. 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 Let me print L. It is an empty array. We did not add any data inside this. Okay, now. But why this error is coming? Just 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. Let me define some string equals to, let's say, array list type safety. This is not the problem actually, guys. But this is the basic program, na. It should take this value, na. Al dot add of something. I am adding string. Strange, why I'm not getting this? Okay. I'm defining like this also. One second, guys. 1 second, 1 second. To take this. Okay, no problem. We will see this. What is the issue? Okay, now focus here. Array list equal to new array list. Okay. Same way we can create some different constructor, right? Now try to observe. If I can pass some collection here as well. I can pass some collection here. Okay. Now one more thing. One more concept is there, guys, which I am trying to show you. List L equal to new array list. New list equal to new array list. Control Shift O. Some issue is there. Let me fix that first. It is strange. Now fine, right? There is some problem with this class. Let me close this and use this. Let me add Amit. Now let me add Amit. Now let me print this, guys. System.out.println. System.out.println. Let me print AL, array list. Save this. Now run the program. What is coming, guys? Now try to observe. Amit is coming. Select all. Control Shift Tab. Now I am adding Amit one string into array list. Can I add some number? Can I add some number? Let me add. Let me add. It is struck. It is struck. Let me add some number here. Let me add some number. 1, 2, 3, 3 I added. Can I run the program? Can I run the program? Run a Java application. See, after Amit, what is coming? What is the type of 1, 2, 3, 3? Number, right? Now let me add null. Add dot. Add null. Can I add null? Let me run this program. Run as Java application. See, Amit 1, 2, 3 null. Can I add some boolean? Let me add some boolean. Let me add some boolean. Hope you are understanding. Hope you are understanding. Let me add some boolean. What is the boolean? Something true or false. Now, guys. So this data is increasing now. Now try to observe 0, index, 1 index, 2 index, 3 index. Means total 4 position we have used. This is called capacity. This is what I'm trying to say, capacity. So initially when we create this array list object, it can take, is our statement are justified? Data structure is resizable. We will justify the duplicates are allowed. Let me add some duplicate data. Let me add some duplicate data. Copy this, paste here. Paste here, save this, and let's run the program. Run as Java application. 2 times true available, right? Duplicates are allowed, right? Duplicates are allowed. And see what is I am saying? Order is preserved. In what order Amit added? After Amit, 1, 2, 3, 3. After 1, 2, 3, 3, null. After this, true. So whatever coming in output is in order, na? Is it random? That 1, 2, 3 coming first, Amit coming next? Not like this, right? The order is preserved, right? Order is preserved. Okay. Now we want to know the capacity, right? If you want, for this, we will see one program. But hope you are understanding, right? How to add the data. How to add the data, right? Can I remove? What is the index position? 0, 1, 2. Can I remove null? I want to remove the null. I want some logic. I want to remove the null. What is the method? al dot remove. al dot remove. al dot remove. At what index I want to remove? 0, 1, 2. I will pass number that is 2. Then I will print this in second line. I am 2 times printing sysout statement. See, Amit 1, 2, 3 null true true. Amit 1, 2, 3 true true. And remember, guys, whenever square bracket is there, it means it's related to collection. Data inside this square bracket is related to collections. Okay. Now I removed some data, right? AL remove 2 means index number 2. What is what? What was there at index number 2? Null was there, right? This is index number 0. This is index number 1. This is index number 2. This is index number 3. Like this index number 4. Okay? Now. Till now you have any difficulty, guys? Till now you have any difficulty? You understood, right? We will upcast, no problem. I will tell that example. I did not explain that concept. What is the advantage of upcasting in here? We will do that. Okay. Now. So this is what we are using right now. Now try to understand one more thing. Maybe array list. Let me create one more array list. Let me create one more array list. Let me give it AL2, array list 2. If I am giving some initial capacity, some number, right? Let me add some 1. What is the difference here? It will create one array list of what capacity? Of what capacity? The capacity with 10, it can hold 10 objects. The moment we will try to insert 11 objects, its capacity will increase. Its capacity will increase by which what is the formula for that? What is the formula? How we can understand? So the new capacity will become, what is current capacity? Current capacity multiply by 3, okay, divided by 2 plus 1. So this is what how we can define the capacity. Okay, concept. Okay, now few more points. So we discussed a lot of things about synchronized keyword, right? We have discussed so many things by synchronized keyword. We will discuss all these points, guys. No need to worry. We will see one thing, everything. What is the method required? For example, let me print something. AL.get. Some get we are doing, right? AL.get. What is the index? Let me take some 4. I am giving 4. How to get the return type? Means output. Keep the cursor, Alt Shift L. And just simple do this, right? So whatever the index number 4 position object will be there in this, right? That will be printed. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So by this we are able to get this index wise position. We discussed a lot of things on synchronized keyword. Now why I'm focusing because synchronized keyword is very important, because all the method inside this array list is not synchronized. Whatever the method we are discussing is not synchronized. Okay? This is also important thing to note down. All the method, all methods in array list is non-synchronized, non-synchronized. It means no waiting time, no waiting time. Synchronized means waiting time. Non-synchronized means no waiting time. Non-synchronized means no waiting time. It means what? What does this mean? This point mean? Always whenever relate, synchronized word whenever coming into your mind, then you have to think about threads. When threads coming into your mind, you should think about waiting time. You should think about waiting time. Whenever you are thinking about waiting time, your mind should come about performance. This statement you have to keep in your mind. If synchronized, thread will be there, waiting time will be there, so less performance. Means one thread will work, then another thread have to work. Whenever I am using opposite of this, just reverse the statement. Reverse the statement. Non-synchronized. Non-synchronized means all thread can work. In synchronized, one by one thread will work. All thread can work in case of non-sync, no waiting time. We can say no waiting time. So no performance impact. We can say no performance impact, no performance impact. This is very important because this thing you have to keep in case of collections. When we are using collection, in case of interview, they will ask you this point also. So by seeing all method in array list is non-synchronized means any thread can work on it. So there is no waiting time. There is no performance impact. There is no performance impact. There is no performance impact, which is nothing but thread safe. This is called thread safety. Thread safety. This definition is called thread safety. When people will ask you what is thread safety, so we can say when we are not using synchronized keyword, all the thread can work together. There is no waiting time. There is no performance impact. That is called thread safety. Right? So high performance. Okay? Now. So when I'm talking this non-synchronized, how to get synchronized version of array list? That is also important. Let me copy this, paste here. We understand this is not synchronized, but they may ask you how to get synchronized version, how to get synchronized version of array list. Synchronized version of array list. That is our next topic, guys. That will be our next topic. And recording will be provided to whom? Who is attending the session? By their seeing mail IDs. We will share the recording YouTube privately or maybe Zoom link. Once we are uploading, we will keep you posted. So you have to attend the session regularly. And this recording will be available in YouTube publicly after 1 month or 2 months. Not now, because we want people to attend this session, to take the benefit of whatever explanation I am doing. So this is very, very important for project development. Okay, this is very important. I want to make you understand at this time. And if you are absent, please you yourself know why you were absent. So you should not ping us for recording. Okay, I'm stopping the recording.